What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight8610, and today I thought I would do a collection video for you guys going over my Shonen Jump promo collection. Yeah, I know you guys have been requesting a lot of different collection videos. You want to see like where I keep all of my common cards, and just different cards that I've been collecting. So I thought it'd be cool to do a binder update for this collection, similar to how I do my number collection, where every time we get a couple of number cards I do an update on that. Well, basically the same idea for this. So let's go ahead and go down memory lane and see all these cool older Shonen Jump promos. Also, I do think I'm missing a couple too, so it's not complete, I will say that. Anyway, here we go. First up, we have Blue Eyes White Dragon and Red Eyes. They look awesome. Remember, I believe they were like in a magazine together and you would get one or the other. I remember getting Red Eyes and being so happy about that, because Red Eyes is still my favorite card. After that, we have Archfiend at Guilford, another amazing card that was printed in this. That's what was cool about this. We didn't have a whole lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! News back then. The internet wasn't as reliable and didn't have as much news. So you didn't really know what you were getting on these. They were actually a pretty good surprise. Especially this one, Obelisk the Tormentor. Yes, a god card. I believe he was the first one, too, that you actually had to subscribe to the magazine to actually get him. So remember everyone trying to subscribe to get it. I mean, it's a freaking god card. And in school and everything, too, we actually used the god cards themselves in duels. So it was awesome to have that back then. And Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, too, another amazing card I had back then. I remember being so happy about that. After that, we have some of the different cards that have anime characters actually on them, which I still think is really cool. We have Unity, Yugioh Friendship, and Judgment the Pharaoh. All three kind of went together, so really awesome cards, and I like how their ideas were kind of different, you know, where you could like shake hands and card effects would work, and, you know, different things like that. And then afterwards, we have Magician's Valkyria. I remember this from the movie, and hoping that she would get actually printed in a card, and then it wasn't much later. I think she was a Shonen Jump promo, so worked out very well. See what else we have. Hopefully there's not too much glare, too. It's kind of hard to not have a little bit of glare whenever I'm recording a binder. Anyway, we have a Toon Dark Magician Girl. That was another one I remember seeing from the movie and hoping they would print, and they did, so that's awesome. Victory Dragon. This is the only card, I think, yeah, that actually you can win a whole match with and not sell both your kidneys to get. So, yeah, it's the cheapest one. For people who always get confused about it, you know, well, if you win the duel with him, a match is the best 2 out of 3. So he actually wins a match for you, not just the duel. That's the part a lot of people get confused on, and it's such a cool card, too. It's the reason it's banned. I mean, it kind of, you can win a whole match, 2 out of 3 in one duel with this card, so it's kind of funny how that works. The other ones are prize cards, too, that go with him. We have Elemental Stratos as well after that, and I know we're going to get comments about Stratos, and I still want Stratos to come back too. I'm one of those people that definitely wants that to happen. After that, we have Elemental Ocean, and then Green Baboon, Defender of the Forest, and Dread Scythe Harvester. Those were also subscription promos. You subscribe and you would actually get both of them, so those are pretty cool too. I like the artworks for both of them, especially Dread Scythe, because it's like a praying mantis with a scythe. I mean, come on. After that, we have the Wicked God cards, which are basically the evil God cards, and I kind of consider them to be more of the evil God cards than even the Sacred Beasts, because Sacred Beasts, I don't know, they didn't look as evil as these guys, you know? All scary cards to go up against, too. I mean, we have Eraser, Avatar, and Dreadroot. So I remember using those in Nightmare of Troubadour, and they were awesome. I think it was Nightmare of Troubadour. Might have been the one after that, I don't know. Those games kind of go together. I love the DS games, anyway. After that, we have Blastosphere, Copycat, Relieve Monster, and Cloning. All 4 of those kind of, I think, came out around the same time, if not together. So I thought I'd name them off together, and all just cards from the anime that were really cool that they were brought over into actual cards. After that, Vandalgon, the Dark Dragon Lord. Remember when this card was getting some hype? It's actually pretty cool, too. Cyber Dinosaur, unfortunately not like Cyber Dragon. Still pretty cool, though. And then we have Exodia, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. People still think that this is a fake card when I show it. No, this is Exodius, not Exodia. There's a difference. And nowadays, too, we actually do have an Exodia that's all together in one artwork. So it's kind of funny how people always think that it's a fake card because of that. Then we have Draconic Knight and our Arcana Force EX, the Light Ruler. Love the Arcana Force monsters, so definitely happy when that came out. Afterwards, starting off, we have Gandora. Gandora is just so cool. It's one of my favorite cards that Yugi ends up using in the series. After that, we have Dandelion and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Those were both subscription promos as well, and man, were they pricey. I think they were probably the first Shonen Jump cards that were actually really expensive back then, because both were very useful. I mean, Dandelion worked in so many different decks back then, and then, of course, Red Eyes Darkness Metal. If there's anything that involved dragons, you used him. Plain and simple. And they still hold their price pretty well, so that's awesome. Then afterwards we have Chimera Type Fortress Dragon, Beast King Barbaros, and Trageodia. All 3 of those kind of go together really because they were all very useful promos that came out and all actually competitive when they were released too. So, and even today, they all have their own uses. Afterwards we have Genesis Dragon, Orichalco Shuranos, and Darkness Neosphere. Genesis Dragon was kind of an interesting card. I like it mainly just because of the artwork. I mean, it's a dragon, it looks cool. But Orichalco Shuranos and Darkness Neosphere are cool because they're like big-time villain cards actually printed to be used in the card games. So that was before even the sale of Orichalcos, too. So I never thought we would see any of the Orichalcos cards. After that, again, you gotta have another obelisk. That's pretty much what Shonen Jump does. They love obelisks. So we have the different artwork to them, and I remember being so happy when that was first revealed too. And later on, we got the other artworks too, which we'll get to. Anyway, we have Cyber and 100 Eyes Dragon. I remember people hoping they would be a Dark Synchro. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, but still an amazing card to get. Then after that, we have Golem Dragon, and then the Tyrant Neptune and Transforming Sphere. Those were also subscription promos. They weren't as pricey, obviously, as Dandelion and Red Eyes Darkness Metal, but still some pretty cool cards to get. Then we have a Malefic Stardust, which is probably the best of the Malefics. I remember using that with my Dragonides. And then we have Dark-End Dragon, and then the Winged Dragon of Ra. The other artwork for him, too, the Kazuki Takahashi artwork, just like with Obelisk. So, 2 God cards with redone artworks as Shonen Jump promos, yes please. I mean, that's automatically an awesome thing. Then after that, I believe these 2 were also subscription promos. They were Lightning Warrior and Seven Swords Warrior. They were pretty interesting. They actually came from the manga and everything, and they were still around the time where we didn't have many synchro monsters. They were actually worth using back then, because we didn't have a ton of options when they were first out. We have a Malefic Truth Dragon, another card from the movie. I still think that's cool. I mean, it's a 5,000 attack and offense monster. Can't go wrong with that. Then afterwards, Dark Magician with his own new artwork, which is, you know, nowadays we see it in, like, the movie and stuff, but back then it was weird to see this different artwork of him. Then after that, we have 2 more subscription promos. We have a Mechlord Astro and then TG Hyper Librarian. I remember Hyper Librarian being very expensive back then, too. I remember the hype being real, and I think they even ran out of the card back then, too. So it's kind of a funny card. I remember so many people pre-ordering as many of the magazine as they could just to get a bunch of that card, because it was like a $100 card easily back then. So yeah, that one has a pretty crazy story. That might be that might be the second most expensive card of all the different promos, honestly. Then after that, we have the different mech lords. We have Granul and Weisel. I never understood why they didn't make Skill one of the promos. He was actually a secret rare. So it was kind of interesting how they separated him. Then, of course, one of the Time Lords. This was also a subscription promo. You get Sylveon, the Ultimate Time Lord, and Quasar. Quasar, I think, is probably the most expensive Shonen Jump promo, or back then it was. It's been reprinted since then, which, thank goodness. It was like a $100 card for the longest, and it was kind of a different case than Hyper Librarian because people weren't really valuing it too high when it first came out, but then later on when people realized how easy it was to bring it out, yeah, that card shot up in price very quickly. And then after that, we're getting to our last promos being in the actual magazine. So we have Endless Decay, Supremacy Sun, still love the artwork of that card, X-Saber Soza, and number 30, Acid Golem of Destruction, being the last actual Shonen Jump promo being in the magazine. So never going to forget that. It's our first number card being a promo, and the last one from the physical magazine itself. Afterwards, we started getting meld the cards from Weekly Shonen Jump, so we have number 16, Shockmaster. Remember getting 2 of those back then because they kind of messed up and took too long on getting the promos, so I think everyone got 2 of them. Then we finally got Slifer, so we got all the God cards as their alternate arts, Gustav Max, and number 40. So I remember thinking, oh no, it's going to be tough to start getting those number monsters then too. But really, none of them were too crazy to get, even nowadays. Then number 88, Zubaba General, pretty good card. Vulcan, I remember some hype being around him because that was around the time Brownak was hit, so we needed a new level 6 Synchro monster, and Vulcan was a pretty good card for that. Afterwards, we have Archfiend Commander and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yes, another artwork for Blue Eyes, but yeah, it's a cool one, too. You can't really complain about Blue Eyes getting artworks. They always look awesome. And we have Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Evening Twilight. I remember so much hype around this card because we thought it was going to be really broken. Unfortunately, not the case, or maybe fortunately. Not really sure. But yeah, either way, yeah, it didn't really live up to the hype that everyone was hoping it would. Still an amazing card, though. One of my favorite artworks in the game. Then we have Emon Illusion Magician. Definitely came in handy later on with all that Dark Magician support. Elementary Core. Ultimate Zolkin, we see that a lot nowadays. Then moving on, Fright for a Tiger. I remember that being an expensive card back then too. I think it was around the $60 range or something then. Of course now it's been reprinted, it's a lot easier to get, so thank goodness on that. Then we have a Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Remember being so happy that actually won one of the votes on that, so that's an awesome card to get, especially using that with Red Eyes. That and Kikabayo and Red Eyes is a pretty good combo. We have Dystopia the Despondent. It's an alright promo card. It's the closest thing I feel like we have to a God card in Zexal, so that's kind of cool. Then after that we have Relink Kuribo, number S0 Utopic Zexal, another number monster of course. Masked Hero Blast, if we ever get Stratos back, this card will be way more useful. And then our newest card, last but not least, we have Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. Our first Pendulum monster actually being a promo like this. It looks amazing, and since I just got it recently as a Shonen Jump promo, that's what gave me the idea to start doing this video too. And then after that we have Troposphere. It kind of counts as a Shonen Jump promo, even though it was like only out of a book that you get at a book fair. So it's a little tougher to get, but I count it as a Shonen Jump promo because it technically does go with them, even though he doesn't go in the order as the rest of them. Because the rest of them I have in the actual order of release. Unfortunately, it doesn't go with that number, but it's still technically a Shonen Jump promo. That's why I added in here. And I also have some of my movie cards like Obelisk the Tormentor, the English version one you can get from the movie. And then I have a few of my Japanese cards too, the Japanese Obelisk, as well as, Japanese versions of Dark Magician, and then of course the Kaiba Rarities for Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, the movie promos, because they were a little tougher to get for Japan. But yeah, there you go, that's the collection video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I know technically I'm still missing a couple of cards too, like I need Amazon's Chain Master, I think technically counts. They're kind of like Troposphere, where they're part of the promos, but they really don't go with the order. So yeah, I plan to get those later on too. Those are the only ones I'm really missing from my collection, because I don't remember... I remember not really knowing about them whenever they first came out, so I'll try to get those, and we'll have them for the next update too. So, but yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, as well as leave a comment. Tell me if you guys enjoy collection videos like this, you want to see more of them, and also what cards you guys collect. Do you also collect the Shonen Jump promos, number monsters, or just a specific archetype that you really like? Let me know in the comments, and also be sure to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content, because of course anything new that comes out for Yu-Gi-Oh I do videos on, whether it's news or openings and stuff too. So if you want to stay updated with everything Yu-Gi-Oh, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome, and of course I will catch you guys later. See ya.